Alright everybody, today we're going to be looking at a map that I made, a Battle Royale map. Like, I don't even know how long ago. Gotta be at least a year since it was like pretty much finished. And we never released it. And it was actually a collaboration between me and 3 other small creators. So, today I'm going to be showing you guys all, you know, what it was like, you know, give it a little tour of the map, pretty much. Not super thorough, but just so you can see the kind of stuff that was here that we were cooking up, and I might, you know, release it. If you guys want me to release it by the end of this, you comment that below. I'll try and maybe finish it up. I don't know if it perfectly works, really. So, yeah, let's just get started by going over to the spawn island, because the spawn island explains everything, of course. So this map was going to be called Strata. Let's see, Strata is I haven't read this actually in a long time, so Strata is a Battle Royale map created in collaboration between 4 creators: Gravyman, that's me, PeaTube plays, Beanisclean, and Mini Tfue. So those are the homies that worked on it with me. So the terrain was split into quarters. The bottom left was made by me, the bottom right by Beanisclean, top left PeaTube plays, and the top right by Mini Tfue. And then the locations are individually marked, so by, you know, colors depict who made what. And yeah, so I don't think there's anything in the storyline because it hadn't started yet. The story will play out with time. Yeah, see, so the story wasn't ready yet. We had something kind of planned out. And so this spawn island is kind of cool because it's kind of made up of 3 different styles of terrain, because there were 3 different styles of terrain used across the map. So, I don't know. Thought it was cool. I didn't make it. I think it was PeaTube plays, probably. I don't know. Kind of doubt that you guys even know who these 3 guys are, because at this point, I'm kind of like they stopped like doing anything a long time ago. And yeah, so let's go to the actual map. We should probably start with my section, I guess. Some cool mechanics, by the way, were every match you would get either builds mode or 0 builds mode, and then there were also different times of day that could affect things. Like there was a healing game mode that you could get to. It was all a bunch of random stuff, so every single round would be very different from the last, and it was pretty fun when we play tested it. So my section of the map has 2 locations. The map hasn't updated yet, but Valiant Village and Volcanic Visage, so 2 VVs, which is interesting. My area kind of had its own little ecosystem going on. This kind of felt like how Chapter 4 was, where different pieces from different islands and times and stuff like crashed together. It wasn't really meant to be like that, but that's kind of how it turned out. So I went with a terrain style similar to what I do in Miniature Mayhem, which is like my most popular Battle Royale map, with this Chapter 4 cliff galleries. And yeah, I think it turned out pretty nice. I like the nature in this one too, using Chapter 4 along with I think these are the customizable trees. Yes, they are. And then these were my rocks that I put around. And the 4 of us coordinated a lot of props, so the nature is probably not too different, because we wanted to save memory. And you see, like, the map is pretty much done, and max used memory is probably around 60,000, so it's pretty good, the memory usage and stuff. All right, so let's look at Valiant Village first. I don't want to make this too long. I'm kind of yapping a lot. But here, there's like a ton of buildings in this POI. This is kind of huge. Like, I don't know, this could support a lot of players, like, with loot. I don't think there are any chests. Oh, there are chests. I think the loot pool works too. This terrain is kind of glitching. I think they might have changed the prop, because I don't think it did that before. But yeah, so there's a ton of these shack buildings. They are all different. None of these are like copied and pasted or anything. This kind of took forever. We have these paths made of rocks, like I did in Miniature Mayhem as well. And then these walls. I like these walls, and there's a ton of them. So there was like really good cover. I feel like actually fighting here would be really fun because, you know, you could between walls shoot people, mantle over. I don't know. I think it could have been fun. And then there's a bridge connecting 2 portions. Really, this is split into like 5 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. See right here, there's stairs to get to those other parts. And yeah, it's just a huge POI. This was supposed to be like the leader of the village. This is where he lived. I remember if there was an exact plan for that, but that's how it was. And then Valiant Village had quite a few outposts. So there is over here, this is just Village Outpost A. This is the Village Defense Outpost. I'm pretty sure, wait, let me check. Yeah, up here you can grab bows. That's what they used to defend. Other outposts, here is Outpost B. You know, it's pretty much kind of mini versions of Valiant Village. There's a barn outpost, and this is Outpost C. They have a little water wheel. So yeah, my whole section was kind of populated by these, whoever lived in these village houses. And then there was kind of like a secondary clan in my area, who would live in Volcanic Visage. So this is the volcano. Personally, I'm not trying to toot my own horn, but I think that it looks very nice. Like, don't get too close though, because there's like, look, the lava. Here, up here, there's like a bunch of cracks in the lava and everything. It's just like, I don't know. Lava is kind of hard to work with because it's all just blocks. It was kind of difficult, if I remember. But yeah, this volcano is definitely much better than anything I've made previously. I have a video on my channel. It was like one of my most popular for a long time was how to make a volcano. And that was the one I made in that video was way worse than this one. That was like in 2020, 2021, so I don't know. But it's not just the volcano that's the POI. There's multiple ways to get in, the biggest one being at the back here. And there is the Savage's Bunker in here, which is part of the POI. I mean, I don't know, it's kind of like a landmark, but it doesn't show up on the map. It's pretty much part of the POI. And there's like a lot of pathways, a lot of things you can jump on. I think what I was focusing on for this map was trying to make cool like gameplay, especially with all the mantling stuff that I don't think was super old at the time we started making this. So you could like mantle on all this stuff, and yeah. And then there's buildings down here, and oh, I think these were like crafting benches or something like that. And there's tons of ways to go. Oh yeah, here it is. I knew that this was here somewhere. I think they were called rift weapons. Let's see, rifted item. Yeah. So I think this was PeaTube Plays' idea as well. He had rifted items. So mine was a jetpack. That's what I had, and you could get it through this little area in the volcano. And like I said, there's a ton of different ways to get in and out. I tried to know where each of them were. I had this one guy that PeaTube knew who was really good at finding glitches. He just looked around the volcano and found all the holes, and then I kind of turned them into features so you could actually get in and out of them. So hopefully they work well. And I feel like there's supposed to be like a platform in here, like something like this in there, but I don't want to mess anything up inside, so I'm not going to change that. Alright, so that's the end of my section, pretty much. But before we move on, I'd like to say thank you, because we hit 1,000 subscribers like last week. I haven't posted in a few weeks because I was starting up school. I just didn't really feel like posting. But thank you all so much. Like, it's actually kind of incredible. It only took like 5 years. So but it won't take us long for the next 1,000, okay? I swear. So, if there's anyone here, I think 95% of people that watch the videos are not subscribed, so if you could, I would appreciate it so much. We're just hoping to keep growing, you know? So, let's continue on to Beanisclean's area. You know, these ones probably won't take us long because, you know, I wasn't in their mind while they were making it. Just do a little overlook of the POIs, because I was giving little stories about mine. I don't know the stories over here. So this is Oily Odds. I think it was like obviously a steamy, what was it called? The chapter 2. Never mind. Steamy Stacks. It was like a Steamy Stacks inspired POI with oil. So there's a ton of like oil everywhere. The trees are black with pollution, which is kind of funny. A ton of oil trees, and yeah, bunch of buildings. They all look kind of similar, with these roads leading between them. There's the inside. I don't know, it's a pretty cool little spot, I would say. By the way, I don't think I mentioned it. All 3 of these creators that were working on it with me, I'll try and link their channels in the description if I can find them. Most of them don't really do maps anymore. I think Beanisclean still posts stuff. I just haven't seen him make a map in a while. So yeah, that's Oily Odds. We can move on over to what is this? Split Bastion. So Split Bastion is kind of broken up between a little bit into my area over my terrain. Kind of a cool concept that he came up with. Like it was broken because, you know, the terrain is like completely different, kind of clashing into each other, so the building would be split. So here's how it looks. You know, I don't really know what to say. This is what it is. It's pretty cool. It's like a warehouse type thing, a little military base kind of. There are drills and stuff, and that's kind of leading into the terrain up here, which is leading into Mini Tfue's area. So something interesting is the little British boy Mini Tfue that was working on this. He kind of just stopped responding to us at some point. He just wouldn't get on to work on it. So he made all this terrain, but the actual locations were made by me and PeaTube Plays mostly. So over here at Grey Grove, which is spelled with an E because that's how the British spell it. That's kind of how I spell it too, but you know, that's like the British spelling mostly. This was made by me and PeaTube. I think I furnished everything and PeaTube built the buildings. I mean, like all the buildings, it's kind of like a boring looking town, I'm not gonna lie. They're all super similar on the inside too, even. So like, it's interesting. But yeah, you know what it does have though? It has an NC steak. Okay, the best steakhouse that there is inside. Top-notch, fancy establishment right here. So that's like the best thing in this location. And then we got a little sign right here to let everyone know that there was a mountain there. So the roads don't go anywhere. Like there's no roads on anywhere else in the map, so that's kind of interesting. And then a landmark that I added that I thought would make a lot of sense. Where is it? I think it's over here. Yeah, cup of tea. So as I mentioned before, Mini Tfue is British, so I made sure to drop in a cup of tea landmark. I just thought that it was fitting. And then the last POI for his section, Mini Tfue actually made like the walls and stuff for this, and I think PeaTube Plays furnished it. I don't know, I didn't really touch this one. It's kind of a small little castle, cracked castle. It's not even really cracked. I don't know. This is probably the worst location on the map, not gonna lie. So, well, the inside's not even... Actually, the inside's kind of nice, but... The outside is not too great, but that's because it was pretty much unfinished. And that's leading us into our final section, the PeaTube Plays section. So this one made with some nice Chapter 2 Shark Gallery terrain. He only has one POI, I believe. Frontier Farm. Also, I forgot to mention Cracked Castle and Grey Grove, because neither of them were actually made by Mini Tfue, which I think any POI made by him was marked with a yellow name. They're both made with white because multiple of us worked on them. He didn't actually get credit for any POI because he didn't finish any of them. So anyway, over here a little island. It's kind of like a bit of my volcano over here, I guess. Kind of cool. We had zip lines. They hadn't added zip lines yet, so this kind of worked well to, yeah, see, just kind of went back and forth. It was pretty nice. You know, it was cool before zip lines were added. Now it's just useless. So the farm over here, just kind of a, you know, basic farm. His battle royale was called Frontier, which is why this is the Frontier farm. It's got some oil in here, which is interesting. It's got little bits from all the other areas, I guess. A lot of hay bales. Huge barn over here. That's a pretty nice barn. And he had these little supply drops things. I don't know exactly what these were. I think he just called in supply drops with mats. Got some good loot. And then there's a little watchtower. Is this a prefab? I don't know. This might just be a prefab, or it's just a building that looks incredibly similar to a prefab. No. There's the reformed cave. All right, so this is nice. Over here, just a cave that leads to one of these little balls. These balls were important in his storyline, if I'm remembering right. Anyway. So that is it for the whole map tour. And yeah, I mean, we had a little secret. Where is it? I know it's in here. Here we go. The device section. So we had a lot of stuff going on under this mountain, including this little building that was just here for fun. So yeah, this is, I think these are the random game modes, builds or no builds, and then the different times of day and healing zone and stuff. Stuff for the loot pool, a ton of devices down here. And we even had a crafting system, but it kind of doesn't work. The miniature Mayhem crafting system doesn't even work anymore either. They just kind of, Epic Games just kind of likes to tweak things, mess everything up, just for funsies, I guess. That's about it. Like I said, if you want me to release it, I can try and kind of fix it up and release it, I guess. Maybe. I don't even know if it's worth it. Like, it's a fine map, I guess. And yeah, like I said, the main reason that this was never released is because Mini Tfue and PeaTube quit, and Beanisclean doesn't really release maps very often. I don't think he releases maps anymore. I'd have to check up with him on that, but I don't know if he like officially has quit or anything. I know he posted a video when the new season came out. I don't know. But that being said, I'm gonna wrap this up here. I hope people watched this video. It's not like an algorithm, doesn't really pertain to the algorithm at all, so hopefully people thought it was interesting and click on it. That being said, you know, good to be back. Hopefully I'll be making videos again. I'm working on a Halloween map, so hopefully you guys are excited for that. But yeah, I'm not gonna work on any of their maps because I'm busy playing GTA and Ghost of Tsushima. So subscribe, like I said once again, and use code GravyMan to support me. Thank you so much. I should come up with the catchphrase, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.